I am here to say and straight some things out that are out in the land. Because Satan is in the land and in the air to this day. So anything that is of a lie is of Satan. So I do not have anything against any kind of Hasidic Jew whatsoever. The Lord used the community of the Hasidic Jews to wake me up to who I was, because I was a hard-headed, stiff-necked people like the Hebrews in there. They didn't want to listen to my family. So when I came to that full understanding, you know, boom, I started walking in that right form. But I do not have anything whatsoever against any Hasidic community or person at all. So we get this straight out the door, for real. And do not be simple-minded, because we have a lot of simple-minded people, no matter what race and tongue, think that just because you have a group of people that have woken up to who they are and speak, that everybody's going to hell and all sorts of stuff, that I'm a part of that. Because if you go through my videos, you can see I hold no bars held toward any race, nation, or tongue. If you're simple-minded and doing something out of character, I'm going to let you know I don't care who you are. And the last time I checked, we're in America, freedom of speech. But with that being said, I like to point stuff out, and I don't just do it for one purpose or one reason. I'm well-rounded. I don't come with an angle. Remember, well-rounded. So no, I do not have anything against any Hasidic Jew. And anybody who wants to try to do a comparison of my past, we're going to use David and Solomon as an example, and then shut that door also. David, in the beginning, committed murder, just like Moses. But then, just like Moses, David was brought into the Word of God and woken up and followed all of those laws and did justly as God said until his death, and got the double portion along with Moses. Even Satan, we know the story of Satan, even he tried to argue with God about the soul. And God said, no. The angels rebuked him, and this and third, and God said, I'm going to bury him. Bam. So, even Abraham, the story of Abraham. All right, to bring up Abraham real quick. He sat down and used to argue with his parents. He tried doing this, he tried this God, tried the moon, he tried all these other guys that they had said, and he never got no answer. Then finally he did the thing with the statues, and then so on and so forth. So we know that story and how that was brought into the Word of God. But look at Solomon. Solomon was born and raised because of his father David with the Word of God. He asked for wisdom and knowledge, and God gave him more. All of the nations came to Solomon, and what happened to him? A piece of booty. That temple of Baal was the transgression. The altar to whatever was the transgression. And even he said, with all my greatness, I still get judged in the end. So we see those that are brought in and have endurance always last until the end for the double portion. And with that being said, we see those that get taught and go to school and do all this other stuff, end up following it with a stumble block, thus thou never making it into heaven. So it looks like that the transgressor that is brought in holds the endurance, and then the one that has the endurance in the beginning always ends up transgressing in the end. So with that being said, if I can sit down and go to a synagogue, get invited to Kiddush by the elders, be called a nigger on watermelon, and all this other stuff, and not take any kind of violent action or say anything verbally in a negative way, but laugh because I'm allergic to the watermelon and bananas, what does that say? That I have no hatred. If I can sit down and endure and reply to somebody in a nice, loving, caring, understandable way that is shooting me goyim stuff online, on social media, then what does that say? That I'm not full of hatred and have no hatred to the Hasidic community. So with that being said, it's done, it's over with, door is shut.